You know, one of the things that I discovered just going through my emails about Don over, you know, the past few years was that, you know, even after he had left UCLA, he was still nudging me about, you know, things that ought to be addressed. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? You know, what are you going to do about it? So, the Gentle Warrior is my initial and continued perception of Don.
What I really appreciated about Don is that he showed up to a number of our volunteer meetings, Saturday mornings, evenings during the week. We met with high school students who we were working with to form their own kind of advisory board for the community organizing efforts. And I just really appreciated that he showed up, listened, contributed, but also really wanted to just be in the space and support and encourage people. So that always stuck with me. Sometimes he was in the room and you didn't necessarily know he was there until he jumped in at the right moment when we needed to hear something and get some good advice.
My memories of Don might help temper my loss, but I will never forget his humility, his gentleness, his kindness, his generosity, or his appetite for cultural understanding and great love of all people, especially for me and his close friends.
I was there at the time when he had that tenure battle, which was quite significant because there were no Asian American faculty on the staff. To speak of, relatively few, just as there were relatively few Mexican American faculty, obviously no Chicano faculty. But Don Nakanishi's connection to UCLA was critically important because he was fundamental to the establishment and to the evolution of ethnic studies.
He fundraised for Asian American Studies in a way that no one else has been able to fundraise for ethnic studies. So a lot of the work he did, you know, kind of building relationships, getting people to understand how important the effort was at UCLA led to some major contributions. In fact, the largest one that's ever been made to ethnic studies. You know, we got to finalize, you know, really in my last week as vice provost at the Institute of American Cultures, but Don had sown the seeds for that donation. So, you know, fundraising, you know, took on a whole new meaning for ethnic studies because of Don's work.
It's pretty clear from that first conversation that he really thrived on seeing people, especially young people, empowered. And so I think that's what drove him for all the work he did before I met him, throughout his life, it seems. His driving factors just from an early age, but certainly when I met him after he'd already had a long time working at UCLA and a long time working in the community, it was still driving him.
His impact was so important, not only in academics, but also in terms of public service. We served on various boards together, so we got to know one another in that way as well. Our commitment to social justice, our commitment to equity, and our commitment to community and public service. That's part of his record as well. As the academic side, which I'm very proud of because I joined with him in providing that, but also the public service side, which many people don't know about, but which was truly outstanding and memorable.
I think his legacy is not going to be primarily intellectual, even though many, many, many people respect him for that. He will also be known as somebody who changed institutions for the better at UCLA. One of those institutions being the Asian American Studies Center, but the other being the university broadly. The university is, in fact, a much better place, having benefited from Don's many years of devotion.